Suburban Sentinel here with a relatively quick video on dealing with the high cost of ammunition. It's certainly no secret that ammo costs are brutal these days, and it seems that it's getting worse every month. Not only is ammunition getting more expensive, it also is, in some cases, getting scarce. In response to this situation, two of my fellow gun enthusiasts and I started our own very small ammunition buyers club. And this has worked out really well, so I thought I'd share our results with you, and perhaps this will add some value or give you some ideas for dealing with this, what appears to be a long-term ammunition cost and availability problem. Our little buyers club is comprised of exactly 3 members. And we wanted to keep it small just because, as with any organization, the more people, the more complexity. And 3 seems to be a very good number for management purposes. More would probably end up with increased efficiency, but we're trying to achieve a balance between efficiency and complexity. The purpose of our club is twofold. One, to ensure that we all have sufficient amounts of range ammunition to get enough practice in. And second, to stockpile sufficient amounts of ammunition in various calibers in case there is some sort of disruption in ammunition supply that's long-term, or a SHTF type situation in our area. What we do is purchase common rifle and pistol cartridges along with a few related accessories. Having this club first allows us to get bulk purchase pricing on our favorite ammunition calibers, and the mutual commitment among all of the club members ensures that we don't fall behind in stockpiling ammunition. It's all too easy to take the money that you earmarked for ammunition and divert it to other purposes. So this ensures that we keep our prep priorities in order. Shown on the screen is the basics of what our club purchases. As far as rifle ammunition, we all have at least one long gun chambered in 5.56. So we buy 5.56 NATO and or 223 caliber. We also own at least one long arm chambered in 308 Winchester. So that allows us to buy either 308 Win or 7.62 by 51 NATO. As far as pistol ammunition, we buy a fair amount of 38 Special, again because it's a very common caliber for revolvers and can be used in both a 38 revolver and a 357 Magnum revolver. We buy 9mm Luger, again one of the most popular calibers, and 40 Smith as well. Because of the cost, we don't buy too much of it, but we all have 45 ACP handguns, so we buy some of that as well, and we do buy plus P versions of each caliber when available at a good price. Club policy is that we split ammunition purchases up, not necessarily purchase by purchase, but in general throughout the year. We want to get a mix of about half range type ammo, the cheaper stuff, and half of the good defensive ammo or the hot stuff for the rifles, in case there really is an SHTF situation or a real self-defense type scenario. In addition to the ammunition, we buy certain accessories. Namely, we make sure that every ammunition purchase gets stored in a proper ammunition can. we like using either the 30 or the 50 caliber mil-spec cans. In addition, we buy certain things like stripper clips, and we buy desiccant. So how does our club work? Cost-wise, we had a buy-in. We each put in $333 and change. So among the three of us, we started with $1,000. And there's no magic to that number. We just thought $1,000 would be a good start at getting a couple of bulk ammunition orders. In addition, a $300 and change buy-in cost was an amount that wouldn't break the bank on anybody. Besides the initial buy-in, we each contribute $80 a month towards future ammunition and accessory purchases. There was no real magic or great insight as to the $80 a month figure. We wanted an amount sufficient to ensure a reasonable number of bulk purchases throughout the year without being onerous on our respective families. We all agreed that keeping the monthly fee under $100 was desirable, one, so it wouldn't break the bank, and a figure under $100 seemed to be spouse friendly for all three of us as well. Another reason that having three members has worked out well is that the labor required for the purposes of running the club is evenly divided. We have my buddy Bob, who we call the Deal Ferret. He really enjoys searching and shopping for the greatest deals on ammunition. And God bless him, because I'm sure that he spends an inordinate amount of time searching for ammunition deals. Second, we have our money man, my friend Jimmy, who's a CPA, and keeping track of the contributions and our expenses for the ammunition and accessories is his job. And it's a no-brainer given his skill level, and it probably only takes him 20 minutes or a half an hour a month, and he does a great job. Finally, there's yours truly, the distributor. As I have no particular skills or abilities, it's my job to take delivery of the ammunition and accessories and ensure that they are properly allocated among the three of us, and that the ammunition is correctly stored for very long-term use or non-use. Our ammunition buying club has just a few rules. First, no finicky guns or finicky gun owners are allowed. We don't want to have to try to accommodate each member's specific needs or desires for guns that only will eat a certain brand or brands of ammunition. We want to just buy good ammunition at a good price without a lot of fussing around of getting certain brands. It just wouldn't work. As a corollary to that rule, there are no custom orders. Basically, you take what the club gets. Again, if we started to get into custom orders or getting certain brands, it would become too much like a job and it would fall apart. That said, we do encourage informal trading. For example, even though our club purchases a fair amount of 40 caliber pistol ammunition, I have no 40 caliber weapons. My buddy Jimmy uses a fair amount of 40 caliber, whereas I prefer 9mm. So we have an informal swapping arrangement for now. I kept a little bit of the 40 in case I do get a 40 handgun, but essentially I trade 40 for 9. Since we have instant access to the cost per round, it's easy for Jimmy and I to swap the number of units, or for me to write him a check or vice versa, so that we remain in equipoise as to the cost. However, we don't let our informal arrangement affect the order for the club. Basically, if he didn't want to trade any 40, I would just take it. It'd be a good excuse for me to get a 40 caliber handgun, but we'll see if that happens. I think this club has been very effective for us. We've been stockpiling a fair amount of ammunition, the three of us. We have gotten bulk pricing, so rather than going to the range and buying, two 20-round boxes of 223, we're buying 1,000 or 5,000 rounds of Lake City 5.56, and the cost per round is much lower. In addition, we're all keeping up with our desired ammunition levels. After getting over the initial $300 and change buy-in, the $80 a month fee still means that each of us is spending less than $1,000 a year on our range ammunition and prepping. I think this is a good middle-of-the-road alternative than buying ammunition at retail in very small quantities and reloading your own, which, at least for the three of us, is not a practical solution. As an added bonus, we have a little bit of fun doing this stuff. So I hope you fellow gun enthusiasts have found some of the information in this video helpful or insightful, or maybe give you some better ideas. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe. Again, questions and enlightening comments are always welcome. This is the Suburban Sentinel. Shoot safely, everybody.